Welcome to Agam's lecture series, a lecture series designed to bring learning to the comfort of your homes. Today we are continuing with our subject and course General Laboratory Techniques, GLT 111, Part 4. We are still continuing with the physics option of General Laboratory Techniques, and we are going to look at electrical standard color codes in electrical wiring. Any average electrical equipment or appliance has three color codes, namely three standard color codes, namely red, yellow, blue, plus neutral, which majority of the times is black in color. Wiring systems. There are two types of wiring systems: open wiring system and concealed wiring system. In open wiring systems, the wires run on the walls. In concealed wiring systems, the wires are buried under the plasters. Now, what are the consequences of wrong wiring? If there are wrong wiring in a house, the following are resultant effects. 1. There could be electric shock. 2. There could be fire outbreak. 3. There could be an earth fault. And 4. There could be high voltage potentials. How do we maintain electrical appliances and equipment? Electrical maintenance of electrical appliances and equipment is carried out to make sure that these electrical equipment and appliances are in good working conditions. They are in good working conditions. There are two major types of maintenance. Productive maintenance and preventive maintenance. What is productive maintenance? Productive maintenance is a type of maintenance designed to predict and foresee impending breakdown. It is designed to what? Predict and what? Foresee a breakdown that is coming, a futuristic breakdown, an impending breakdown. What is preventive maintenance? This is a maintenance designed to protect and forestall major or total breakdown of the electrical appliances. It's designed to what? Protect and what? Forestall major what? Breakdown of the electrical appliances. Maintenance generally involves checking equipment regularly, servicing the equipment, overhauling the equipment, adequate lubrication of the equipment, and servicing. All these are generally called what? Maintenance. Then we are now going to look at projectors. What are projectors? Projectors are electrical devices used to show pictures on the screen. Electrical devices used to show pictures on the what? On the screen. There are different types of projectors you see in the market or you use in the lab. Namely, we have slide projectors, film projectors, opaque projectors, overhead projectors, and motion picture projectors. If you go to the market, you ask for any brand name that you like and any type you like. What are the components of a projector? If you get a projector, what are the basic components you should be looking for? Light source. What gives it light? Condenser system. Coupling devices, the device you use to couple it. Remote control, yes, that we have in television and other appliances. Tape recorder and spoken commentary. Then, how do we care and maintain projectors? That is care and maintenance of what? Projectors. 1. A potential user of a projector must familiarize oneself with the features of operation of the projector. 2. He must use camel's hair to clean film gate and aperture. 3. It will wipe lens with dry tint lace cloth. And 4. It will replace lamp whenever necessary. These are the basic ways you can maintain a projector. And that will take us to radiation. Radiation. What is radiation? Radiation is the transport or transfer of energy from one body to another through space in form of what? Electromagnetic waves. Take it again. Transport or what? Transfer of what? Energy from what? One body to another through what? Space in the form of what? Electromagnetic waves. What are the types of electromagnetic waves that we have? There are several types. Gamma rays, you can see the symbol I used to designate it. X-rays, UV rays, otherwise ultraviolet rays, visible light, infrared rays, and what? Radio waves. All these waves have their different what? Properties. And we're going to look at these waves individually, looking at their what? Properties. One we're going to take with our first one on the board, which is the gamma ray. Incidentally, my name is Gamma ray. Gamma rays are produced by or generated by changes in the atomic nucleus. They are produced or generated by what? Changes in the what? Atomic nucleus. These changes, this can be detected. Gamma ray can be detected by photography. It can be detected by ionization chambers. It can be detected by fluorescence. These are the 3 ways you can detect gamma rays. What are the features of gamma rays? What are the peculiar features? Otherwise, the characteristics. Otherwise, the threats. 1. They have no charge. You know, you have positive charge and negative charge. They have no charge. 2. They have a negligible mass in their nucleus. Negligible what? Mass. 3. They possess the velocity of light. They possess the velocity of what? Light. 4. They can be deflected by what? Magnets. If you want to stop their movement, you can only stop their movement by stopping them with thick lead blocks. Otherwise, they can penetrate through human body, they can penetrate through wood, they can penetrate through any, except thick lead blocks. Nobody can penetrate. That's why they say they have high penetration power. That if a gamma ray is generated in the laboratory, if you don't have thick lead blocks, they can escape to anywhere and cause damage. Remember, some of these rays can cause cancer. And that's why even the ordinary X-ray will have you protect and cover the window with black paint so that the rays don't escape. And this gamma ray is more dangerous and higher penetrating power than other rays. You can only prevent it from going out by what? Thick block lead. Note that. The second one is X-ray. We are converted to X-rays when we go to hospitals and take a radiography film. X-rays are produced or generated by rapid decelerating of fast-moving what? Electrons. Rapid decelerating of what? Fast-moving electrons. And they can also be produced by changes in the energy of the innermost orbitals of elements. Changes in the energy of the innermost what? Orbitals of atomic shells. They can be detected by, as we have here, the same detection. They can be detected by photography, they can be detected by ionization chambers, and they can be detected by fluorescence, phosphorescence. Now, these X-rays can penetrate matter, hence they are used in radiography. They use it to take pictures of your body in the hospital, and they show all your bones and your internal organs because they can penetrate what? Matter. Fine. They can cause fluorescence and photoelectric emissions in metals. 1. Thirdly, we can look at ultraviolet rays. They are generated by orbital electrons of atoms in high voltage discharge tubes. They are generated by orbital electrons in atoms in high voltage what? Discharge tubes. Like the fluorescent tube is a discharge tube. All these modern non-heat producing bulbs are generally called what? Discharge tubes. Typical example is what? Fluorescent, those long fluorescent tubes. Now, they can be detected by, just like we said, by photography, ionization chamber, and phosphorescence. They can cause changes, cancer in human skin. They can cause what? Cancer in human skin. That's why you say, when we say that ozone layer is reducing in the atmosphere, one of the effects is what? Preponderance of what? Skin cancers. They can cause cancer in human skin. And they can ionize. Normally, these UV rays are in the what? Atmosphere. And that's why you see that when ozone layer is depleted in the atmosphere, it happens in atmosphere some 20 to 30 kilometers above the earth. Then visible light rays. Visible light. They are generated by rearrangement of outer orbitals of electrons and of atoms and molecules. Example, the same discharge tube. Those lights you see inside the discharge tube, they can be detected by the human eyes, and that's why we say they are what? Visible light. So this light, as the sun is shining, that you are seeing it, those are what? Visible light. There are other rays that come with that light, but you can't detect it with your human eyes. You can only see this one because the human eyes can see them. Then infrared rays. They are generated by outer orbitals of electrons in atoms and molecules. And finally, we have here radio waves. Radio waves are generated by oscillations of electrons in spatial radio circuits. Oscillations of what? Electrons in what? Spatial radio circuits. Is this radio waves that are sent in transmitting station, and your radio receiver will receive them and interpret them as what? Sound that you get in what? Radio. You hear police sending radio signals if there's a crime. You hear army sending radio signals to their stations. These are all what? Radio waves. We'll continue. If you are thrilled by this lecture, you click on the subscribe button to join us in our next lecture, part 5, where we continue to discuss this subject, general laboratory techniques. I remain your lecturer, Agama U Agama. Thank you and God bless you.